Hello, Scorpio, Scorpio risings, Scorpio moons also. This is the December tarot reading for you guys. It's a general one. I've focused on the reading being both general and love focused. So hopefully we'll get some different messages coming in that will give us insight into both arenas of your life. At the centre of the reading, we've got the Tower card, which is crossing the Ten of Wands, which speaks to Scorpios possibly feeling quite burdened, trying to keep things together, trying to keep things going amid all the chaos or amid all the rearrangements or breaking down of things around them. It could be that you've had a brand new idea or somehow have become enlightened by something, but you maybe can't fully commit to that new path because you're already dealing with so many other things. So the change is becoming a frustration on top of the burden that you already have, essentially. But the good thing is that the Tower card does promise a brand new beginning of sorts, and it does promise getting rid of things that you don't really need at all, or things that are hindering your process, things that are just old and things that basically don't suit you anymore. It's like wearing clothes that don't fit you, things like that. The Tower card just gets rid of that. It's like, no, we're going to go and get you a whole new wardrobe and a whole new look because there's a whole new you that you're now aware of, or a new idea or way of thinking that you're now aware of. And we now need to you need to wear clothes to match that, to match your new personality maybe. But yeah, either way, you're still finding it quite a burden. But then in your subconscious, we've got the Sun card, which is quite positive, which again does reinforce this new awakening because the Sun card represents as well enlightenment of sorts, some sort of awareness, seeing things for how they actually are and seeing the beauty in that as well. Coupled with the clarifying card of the Nine of Wands, which tells me that you may have become aware that actually if you put down one of those rods, you'll actually be able to manage, and that there is still a lot to worth fighting for, whatever you are fighting for or trying to hold together. It is genuine and it is worth fighting for. But at the same time, you may have done all that you can in some way. So in effect, you've already laid the foundations for this laid the foundation for this new beginning, for this new path that you want to walk down. You've ticked all the boxes. You've done everything you need to do, and I think you're becoming aware of that. And either way, you've become aware that it's worth fighting for, even if you haven't ticked all the boxes yet. And I think the realization that you've come to as well, that the reason why it's worth fighting for is because it is real love. Whatever this is, if this is a love reading, we've got the Lovers card showing up in your reading, we've got the Page of Cups showing up in the reading, we've got the King and Queen of Cups showing up in the reading, Nine of Cups as well, the Prince of Cups as well here, and the Devil card, which just adds a bit of spice, really, adds a bit of that whole deeper kind of root chakra energy, which has got a lot to do with sex and bonding. So So yeah, I think possibly you've realized that you are possibly in love, or you found someone that you see a future with, or you just feel very, 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 very much sexually attracted to somebody, and you really want to not give up on it. Whatever the realization was, maybe that was the realization. Yes, I can't see, there's not any sign of this being a negative realization, especially being supported by the Sun card. So I don't think that you've had any bad news or anything. I don't think. It's just more than maybe just your own personal awareness that you found, especially with Sun card being subconscious. It's more your own internal awareness that you've come to, that you are in fact besotted by somebody and want to, take a brand new start with them. You want to see, you want to kind of get things started. You want to turn this thing into a relationship. You want to see where it can go. You're ready to kind of place your bets. Like you're like, okay, yeah, like I want to see what's going to happen. This is something I want to try. You're convinced of that, which is really nice. It's really, really positive. I think that's, a really good sign. It's a really good sign as well, especially because in the past we've got the Five of Cups, coupled by the Page of Cups. So when I said before, I don't think the message was negative because of the Sun card. I was kind of thinking maybe there was some sort of message that came in that caused you to experience the Five of Cups energy, which is sorrow, loss, feeling like you've not got out what you've put in. Like it's general dissatisfaction and disappointment. With the Page of Cups, the pages usually symbolize messages. So you could have got a message from somebody that maybe then they were not wanting to take the relationship, but you wanted to take it, weren't ready to. They were maybe still heartbroken over somebody else, or simply it was maybe a premature start to something. You just weren't ready. It maybe kind of started in an immature way. There was no maybe full commitment, or you went in blind. Like you went in like maybe overly hopeful about things and were disappointed because of that, simply because you had too many high expectations. Not because of anything else than you just had a pure love kind of in your heart, and you wanted to kind of just have a very pure love. And often when we are that kind of aspirational and that positive, sometimes that's a high kind of level of love, pure love, to attain for anyone, especially consistently. So it's quite easy to be disappointed with that kind of frame of mind, and that's always a risk with the Page of Cups. Maybe that's what's happened here. Just let down because maybe your expectations weren't met. This may have then, led to where you are now, where you still feel like, no, I still really like this person though. But now I am aware of this. I'm aware now that, maybe I was being too, I can't find the word, like too, I don't want to say positive or optimistic, because you can never be too positive or optimistic, really. I don't ever want to say that, but I guess maybe you were just being too dreamy. Let's just say dreamy. But I think you catch my drift, hopefully. But then we've got in the future here, we've got you appearing as the Queen of Cups and the Hermit card, which shows there was that level of introspection that did happen, and you graduated to the Queen of Cups. So you're now looking on the situation very differently, not in a dreamy way. You're looking at it with a grown-up awareness, very much grown-up awareness, and you kind of snap straight back into things. You're like, okay, hang on, I got caught up there, but now I know exactly where I'm going. You're completely on point in your true, water element, Queen of Cups. Couldn't really be more beautiful representation, I think, of Scorpio, coupled with the Hermit, which shows you are now looking at you now know that you need to see things or evaluate things less from how they look and more from maybe how you feel about things. Trusting your intuition and your inner awareness, this new inner awareness that you have is now your guiding light. So then we've got the Two of Swords as to how you see yourself, and the Knight of Cups. So you may have found yourself throughout this whole kind of experience that we just talked about, may have found yourself maybe feeling a bit defensive because of the letdown in the past. You may just feel like you're only just now getting back in touch with your feelings, or finding it hard to. It's still a bit of a challenge to get back in touch with your feelings, and you're still trying to use your power of clear thinking and logic to try to get through this situation and make a decision as to whether or not you're going to actually embark on this new venture that you feel deep within something that you want to do. Actually acting on that is maybe not yet happened, and you're deciding on whether or not you're going to extend your love with this Knight of Cups here to this new person or new beginning. I did say this was general, but it looks like love just seems to be popping right out of the reading. So okay, so then we've got the King of Cups as to how people see you, coupled with the Five of Swords. So yeah, people may see you as being a bit more, the King of Cups, funnily enough, is always described as, or often described by other tarot readers as someone who, is very much in control of their emotions. Coupled with the Five of Swords would definitely speak to somebody who, although is very loving and can be and has got a big heart and knows the whole world of love, emotions, and how that all works, he may be using that now to gain leverage and keep his wits about him. He's not going to be fooled with the Five of Swords here. He's not gonna he's now steering this ship of emotions, whereas before, so you're very much in control of your emotions now. People can see that, and you are willing to do what it takes to maintain that level of control of your own emotions. You're willing to do whatever it takes. So maybe as well, it could be a bit of a warning as well that, don't be too harsh, especially if you really like this person. So that might be why the Devil card is showing up as well. Maybe could be a warning there to just, tame your inner beast, no, don't just cut someone to cut someone, Scorpio. Don't just sting to sting. Do have a heart. Do let it be that guiding light within you that helps you make decisions on how you respond or deal with your person of interest. And then we've got here for your hopes and fears, we've got the Chariot and the Ten of Swords. So you could be fearing, so you could be hoping that you're able to pull this all together and able to move forward and keep things together, remain this Queen and King of Cups. Essentially the Chariot is almost like the King of Cups, but he's like the Chariot of Cups, being the Cancer card. yeah. So you want to definitely try to kind of maintain this level of control of your emotions and possibly the situation. And your fear is that it will all be for nothing. Yeah, that it will all be for nothing. And there was the yeah, basically that's all I'm getting from that card, is that you just feel like it will all be for nothing. But with the Chariot card here, the Chariot card does trump the Ten of Swords, but you are also kind of saying here as well, I think you are saying that you're going to give it like your best shot. You know, you're on your Ten of Wands already, you know, Ten of Swords have come up, like you're going to give it your last shot. All you've got: maintain, stay controlled, be the wise, loving Scorpio that you are, do your thing, aim for the top and go for it. But obviously in the back of your mind it looks like you are thinking, well, I hope it's not all for nothing. So but with the Chariot card here, it looks like you're giving it all you got, and you've got a lot of power on your side and a lot of leverage out from that outcome. So then as the actual outcome cards, we've got the Judgment card coupled with the Nine of Cups. So it looks as if you could possibly, you know, get what you wanted. You're going to get what you wanted. Basically. That's the first thing that came to mind. I saw the card. I didn't have to think about it. That's what came to my mind straight away. You got what you wanted. There may be some elements of kind of revealing of deep emotions, deep wounds, deep wants, needs. You could be getting to know yourself so much better throughout this whole process, and therefore knowing yourself better, you then know more what you want to ask for, what you need in a relationship. And you're going to feel like you're, you know, patting yourself on the back at the end of this with the Nine of Cups. It's very much a self-congratulatory card. So, yeah, you'll be quite pleased with yourself by the looks of it. Just with the Devil card showing up here, it does say, you know, do take the time to think before you act. Yeah. Do take time to think before you act, especially with this Five of Swords showing up here, which is really the only negative, not negative, but warning card that's kind of popped up. And then with the Two of Swords as well, which is kind of a slight warning card as well, slightly. Just be careful, because it's so easy to cut someone with a knife, you know, so easy to cut yourself with a knife. It's like it happens by accident. You know, these things pop up from our subconscious to me, say things that we didn't even mean to say or want to say or intended to have it land in that way. And with the Judgment card coming up as well, it's a lot about your inner things coming to the surface. So yeah, I'd say just definitely there's an energy around you this month in December. Just to watch that, keep an eye on it, just to keep things nice and in line with the Chariot card, which is what you're hoping for. If I was to interpret this for work or general, again, it looks like, you know, come with the outcome card there, that you will feel successful. You feel like whatever you've been working towards previously, you'll be recognized for. And again, you'll feel quite proud of the achievements that you're now being acknowledged for. And yeah, you may really, really love this job now. You may really want to see if this job can really be the job that really makes you truly, deeply happy. And just yeah, making a decision basically to move forward with this job. It looks like it will be a good thing. Um, you may have been surprised to have been offered this job. Um, you may have been working really hard and found a way to yeah, you may have been working really hard and found a way to possibly, take that next step forward. Realize that maybe you were carrying way too much weight and that there's a much quicker way around this. This realization has, and then led you to, putting down one wand, and fighting for something more specific, and maybe taking a more clear career path. Maybe before you had tried a few different things and not really got anywhere, looking for that, that job that you really love, and maybe that's really what you're looking for, is that job that you really love, that job where you feel like it's you and you're it, and you feel like the job almost runs through your veins. Like, it looks like that's either how the job makes you feel or the kind of job that you're looking for, something that really gets you out of bed in the morning and that you just find a pure pleasure to do. It looks like there's definitely cards of opportunity here. And it looks like you've maybe made an application. You could have already had the interview, possibly, or just had the interview, or going to have an interview soon. And I think it's just here as well. The devil card here is just saying, don't worry too much about things. Focus, because the devil card is almost like the Nine of Swords. It's like you're only trapped because you're overthinking it. It's like, really and truly, if you take the time to really think about things clearly, and be savvy about things as well. People will see you as quite savvy, quite good with people, in your job. Yeah, see you as very wise. I think this is something that you really want to do deep down within. So yeah, it looks like you really found the job of your dreams by the looks of it, or are going to. It's just about keeping everything together to ensure that you do finally reach that that goal. Okay, so that's the reading. Sorry it's so long. I try to keep it short. Love you guys. Have a great December. Happy Christmas if you're celebrating it, and Happy New Year. Looks like it'll be a nice one for you. And any questions, let me know. Take care. Bye.